Hello Cinema Satsang viewers. Today's video is a film suggestion, a Malayalam film, Kumbalangi Nights. It's a beautiful film. It's not a film, it is more like a philosophy. But the philosophy later. Let's talk about the film first. Kumbalangi is a nondescript island in Kerala. And it's the story of four brothers who lived in another isolated spot surrounded by water near Kumbalangi. It's also called a dump yard, and nobody goes there, you have to go there by boat. So this is the story of these four brothers who lived there. So I'll tell you a little bit about these four brothers. The elder one, Saji, and after that is Bonnie, then Bobby, and then Frankie. Four brothers. Now Saji, and basically all of them are like three of them, not the youngest one Frankie, but most of them are like good for nothing, lazy, vagabonds, and chilling out during the whole day. Saji is living off his friend's income, whom he had helped settle a few years back. So now he's comfortably living on his income, and his mood gets spoiled easily. When one, for example, when one lottery collector asks for money, asks for his dues, his mood gets spoiled, and he said it's a mood spoiler, and he heads straight to the bar. It's not surprising that you will find them in the bar during the day as well. And then the Bobby, played by Nigam, fantastic actor, very good looking. All the Bombay casting directors, please note, Nigam has done a fantastic job. And he's lying around on the fishing nets throughout the day, and he's good in fishing, but he doesn't want to do it because he considers it a low profile job. So the third brother is Bonnie, and Bonnie works in a local dance troupe. Bonnie can't speak, and he caters to the tourists who come in Kumbalangi for a good time, to have a feel of Kumbalangi. So in the beginning of the film, what happens is the youngest one, Frankie, who is, the only little sorted brother, he studies and he's got a scholarship, and he comes home on vacation. His friends want to go to Kumbalangi, but he tells them flatly, no, you cannot go because all my family members are down with chickenpox. Basically, he doesn't want anyone to come home because he thinks this is the worst family of Kumbalangi and the worst house of Kumbalangi. The family history is a bit complicated. They are known to have multiple fathers and multiple mothers. So it's a complicated family history, and when he comes home, the house is in a mess. But the house is itself situated, surrounded by water, and it's a beautiful boat ride, and it's a beautiful location. So he comes home, he cleans, he cooks, and he wants everybody to have dinner together because it's their father's death anniversary. But what happens is, as soon as Bobby, Nigam, and Saji, the eldest one, as soon as they see each other, they can't stand each other and they get into a brawl. Firstly, they start eating without each other. They find food and they start eating. And they get into a brawl. They can't stand each other. And while Bonnie is coming on by boat, and he is fed up. He's also the quiet. He can't speak, of course. He's the reserved type. And he sees them fighting, and he turns the boat around and he goes back. And Frankie is devastated. So this is the backdrop of the house. This distorted family. But it's really a beautiful setup. But everything changes when Bobby Nigam falls in love with Baby. She's a debutant in the film, and she's also done a fantastic job. Very earnest looking, very sincere. Her character is of a lady who's very soft spoken, but in command of her love, of her life. And when they fall in love, and when Baby's family, I'm coming to that, who is in her family, when they oppose their relationship, how all the brothers get together and help Bobby achieve the love of his life.
உயிரில் தொடும்
that's the whole story, that's the whole plot, and that is how it becomes interesting. Now the most interesting character, one of the finest actors in this film is Faasil. Yes, he's the star down south, and he is playing the brother-in-law of Baby. And what fantastic characterization he's done. He's playing the perfect man, Shammi. His name is Shammi, and he looks himself in the mirror, and he does his puts his mustache up, and he calls himself the perfect man. What all he has a wife, a good saloon, a bike, and he is in tip-top condition, and he calls himself the perfect man. But what happens to the perfect man when his masculinity is challenged? Does he able to restrain himself? What happens to this perfect man? Actually, this film is a satire on the perfect man, on the toxic masculinity which is shown in films, in Hindi films, in regional films. A man is supposed to be like a man, strong, revenge seeking, bloodthirsty, and larger than life. The writer, the real hero of this film is the writer Syam Pushkaran. He says that I want my men to be less violent in the films. So that is actually the beauty and the philosophy of this film. The way he has presented these men who can break down, men who can cry, men who can become emotional and not carry the so-called burden of being a man, quote unquote a man. And here is the opposite Shammi, played by Fahad, Faasil, and how what happens to him when when Baby decides to elope with Bobby, because he's all in all, he's along the way he's opposed to their union, to their marriage. It's almost like a Tarantino-esque climax. The director Madhu, who is a debutant as well, has done a fantastic job. This whole film has a very fresh, light feeling about it, very original, and some of the shots are very poetic. And it's almost like it has a Jim Jarmusch feel to it, the film, and the ending is almost Tarantino-esque. And in the middle of the film, when Saji, the eldest one, has a tragedy, some of the shots and the music and the camera movements are really very poetic. Beautiful songs in the film, lovely songs, fantastic music. So this is a film which says volumes in today's violent times, in today's times of strife. Such a warm, heartwarming, and light, and a satire basically on men, violent men, bloodthirsty men. So this is a film you should not miss. Another interesting aspect of this film are the dialogues of this film. Very quirky dialogues, like when Bobby asks Saji that please go to the girl's house to ask for marriage. Like he's just asking through the eyes that there is, because they can't stand each other, so there is some work, so he's staring at him. So Saji says, what happened? Do you want my kidney? And then after that, Saji understands that he wants something. And just after that, okay, he says, I'll go. But first you call me elder brother. Chetta, I think they call Chetta. I'm looking that way, you call me elder brother first. Then we'll continue the deal. And then there's one dialogue, there is Bobby's friend, and he's not conventionally good looking, and he's got a beard and all. But one girl has fallen in love with him. So Bobby directly asks the girl, he tells the girl, you are the true love types. you are, because you don't care about the look. So directly he says that the friend's look is not good, but you are the true love types. When they are on the verge of a breakup because things are not working out between his family and the girl's family, and he says, I'm not a suitable boy, so let's break up. So the girl says, I would have given an ad in a matrimonial if I would have wanted a suitable boy. Why would I have fallen in love with you? And then two dialogues which show their attitude towards work and money. In one instance, Bonnie, the person who can't, the brother who is not able to speak, he comes and wakes up the younger chap, Frankie, and tells him, come, let's go fishing. He said, why? He said, I need money. Frankie asked him, you need money for what? So that is the level. Money is not required. So he says that I want to buy you a shirt. That's why. And then in one more instance, when the first time when baby comes to Bobby for help, because he knows fishing, so she caters to the tourists. So they come to him for help. So the friend, Bobby's friend, warns them not to say that this is a job. Okay, don't say it's a job. Say you're asking for help, because if you say it's a job, he might not come. So all these funny, interesting dialogues, attitude towards work, and also what I love about this film is this quote unquote abnormal family. They are always open to love and strangers, whatever their status is, whosoever calls them anything. Bonnie comes, a foreigner girl home, tourist home, after Shammi, the brother-in-law of baby. When you'll see the film, things will get more clearer. The baby keeps tourists, inhabits them in her house, and Shami sees them making love, Bonnie and the tourist. So he throws them out and he says, locals are not allowed. So Bonnie brings this girl home. So these 4 men, 4 boys, and this tourist now has come home. So this house now has a woman in their midst, and without marriage, in a traditional society, mind you. And then Shaji, the eldest one, brings his friend's wife home with a kid, because the friend is no longer alive, he's deceased. So he brings the wife home to take proper care of him, his friend's wife, irrespective of whatever the society is saying or telling them. So this house is always open to love and strangers, irrespective of whoever they are, whatever they are called, whatever they are supposed to be. So I think this is a very important message forget about the message. This is a nice thing in today's times basically. Always open for love and care. This is the most important priority for these 4 brothers. So all in all, a fantastic collaboration between cameraman, director, writer, music director, actors, and Fahad steals the cake when his masculinity is threatened. The way he performs, the way he builds up the entire character throughout the film with small details. I think one or two Bollywood actors can take cues from him. And you'll find a lot of bare-bodied men in the film, so women can enjoy themselves, and fully covered females. On a lighter note, I'm saying that. Yeah, Kumbalangi Nights, enjoy the film, and please like, share and subscribe to Cinema Satsang. Thank you. Enjoy Kumbalangi Nights.